Welcome. Today we are talking about how to multiply a mixed number with a fraction. So a mixed number would be, for example, 2 and 2/3 times a fraction, which will just be a fraction all by itself. We'll just say 4/5. So there's a couple different ways to do this. You could turn this into an improper fraction and multiply across, which I'll show you that method. You could also break this up into two different multiplication problems, 2 times 4/5 and then 2/3 times 4/5, and add your answers together. So the first way we're going to look at is how to do this by turning your mixed number into an improper fraction. Okay, so if you're not sure how to change a mixed number to an improper fraction, please watch that video. A quick synopsis is we're going to multiply these two numbers together and add the answer to our numerator to get our new numerator. So 3 times 2 is 6. 6 plus 2 is 8. So we know our mixed number is going to, improper fraction is going to be 8/3. And then we leave the 4/5 as it is. And then, just like with multiplying fractions, if you haven't watched that video yet, you should go back and see it. All you do is multiply across. 8 times 4 equals 32. 3 times 5 equals 15. So our answer is 32/15. If you need to learn how to turn this back into a mixed number, an improper fraction to a mixed number, please go watch that video. So the other method that we can use to multiply our mixed number with a fraction is to break this 2 and 2/3 apart and multiply each part by 4/5. So I'm going to take out my whole number, 2. I'm going to multiply that times 4/5. And then I'm going to take out my 2/3. I'm going to multiply that by 4/5, and those answers I will add together. So here's the trick. How do you multiply a whole number by a fraction? Well, you can turn a whole number into a fraction just by simply drawing a line and putting a 1 underneath it. Because 2 ones is the same as 2 wholes, which is what we have. And then you multiply across. So 2 times 4 equals 8. 1 times 5 equals 5. So now we know that 2 wholes times 4/5 equals 8/5. Now we have to do the same thing for our second problem. 2 times 4 equals 8. 3 times 5 equals 15. Now we have to add them together. Let me go ahead and write down our new little problem here. So we have 8/5 plus 8/15. But here we go. How do we add these together? Well, we have to create the same denominator. I can do this one of two ways. I can multiply these two together and create a new denominator that way. But I also recognize that 15 is a multiple of 5. And I know that 5 times 3 equals 15. So my new denominator is going to be 15. This one already is 15, so I can leave this fraction alone. So if I multiply this 5 times 3 to get to 15, I have to multiply my numerator by 15 or by 3 as well. So that way I have an equivalent fraction. 8 times 3 equals 24. Now I can add these together. 15 is my denominator. 24 plus 8 equals 32. And look at that, I ended up with the same answer as if I had done it through an improper fraction form. So it just depends on which one you like to do. And again, if you need to learn how to change an improper fraction into a mixed number, please watch that video. Otherwise, good work. We know our answer is 32/15.